Hey, sports fans, we got another great person to talk to. It's Ava Ratajczak. Sorry, I had to say it quickly because her name was still fresh in my mind and I had to nail the dismount on the day. But she's a water polo player from Carlsbad. Sorry, we're going to talk about the Carlsbad Coronado game. Like, I got the name right. That's all that matters to me for the rest of the interview.
Yep.
She's committed to Cal Baptist. Congratulations on that. Let's start there with that decision that everybody dreams of finding a way to go play sports in college, and you have made that choice. So what made Cal Baptist the choice for you?
I was really looking for a positive water polo environment with players and coaches, and I really found that at Cal Baptist. And on the school side as well, I'm able to major in forensic psychology instead of having a double major. So I'm really excited about that. And overall, it just seemed a really good fit for me and what I'm looking for in the future. And I'm really stoked about it.
Okay, so I have a ton of questions.
Okay.
You know, you're not required to double major in college, right?
Well, yeah, but if I wanted to, I had to do criminal justice and psychology for what I want to do. I would.
Okay, fair enough. I didn't know if you had it like drilled in by your parents and then Carlsbad counselors that you have to double major. You have to double. Okay, so then forensic psychology that feels like you kind of have it all planned out, like what the next step is and what do you want to, like, what does that ultimately end up being?
I don't know if you've ever seen Criminal Minds, but like the behavioral analysis unit, that's what I want to do. I want to go be a forensic psychologist in the FBI.
Whoa. Okay. I know that this is a sports show and we want to talk water polo eventually, but this seems like an awesome career path. How did you settle on wanting to do this? Because this is not something like, did you watch a ton of Criminal Minds and you're just like,
well, I actually decided what I wanted to do before I watched Criminal Minds. So it was kind of like, that was like my background.
Okay, so how did you stumble upon wanting to be a criminal behavior analyst for the FBI? Because that does not seem like the standard run of the mill thing that kids want to grow up to be.
Well, I've always been super into psychology, and I took a psychology class last year, AP Psych, and I was really into it. Did really not great, but I just learned a lot from it. Definitely a really hard class. And then I've always been into criminal justice and like people being wrongly incarcerated and being a lawyer, but I'm not a big writer. And so I was kind of like, and then I was like sports psychology. So then I was just able to like put two things that I'm really passionate about into one. And I was super stoked on it. So I'm super excited for the future.
So we look forward to many years from now, after your Olympic water polo career and everything like that is over, hearing about the next great sports murderer being brought to justice by you. You can profile the next Aaron Hernandez for us. And,
exactly.
And take this whole thing in a very dark direction.
That's the plan. That's the plan.
So like you mentioned sports psychology and all that. I mean, are you the master of like outthinking your opponents? Like, do you do the homework of like, okay, you're handing out little pamphlets to everybody on the team, guys, here's how we personally get under the skin of everybody at Cathedral. Here's the information on them. Like,
oh, definitely. I played on many different teams for club or for Olympic development programs. I've played with everybody basically in San Diego. So a lot of my friends play for other schools like Bishops and Cathedral, our main opponents. So I definitely know how to get under their skin, and it's my favorite thing to do because it's a big part of the game and it's a lot of fun for me.
Have the other teams at Carlsbad brought you in to consult on trash talking yet? Like, has the football team ever sought out your help in
No, they really should though. They should.
Well, basketball is still going. Baseball is still going. So there are some big opportunities.
Our boys water polo team, they're playing with us. So
there we go.
Same game. So I'm like, hey, watch out for this one. Like,
take me inside the pool, if you will, then, because you're basically within like earshot where you can say things very quietly, I'm assuming, to people during a game without having refs or anything hear it. You don't have to yell it at anybody. How does one subtly or properly trash talk and get in their opponent's head during a water polo game?
Well, I feel like it's a lot easier for the field players as they are a lot closer, but I definitely like hear myself like talking about the game and maybe trash talking, not on purpose, but it definitely slips out sometimes. Like, why would she do it? Like, just like little things like that. But I definitely hear a lot of trash talk too, because my head is so far above the water compared to everybody else. So I hear everything. It's kind of, I get a great view of the pool.
But I don't think people really I mean, I've always been an advocate for water polo is one of our best, most underrated sports. I was a graduate of La Jolla High School. So I took it very seriously growing up in the high school realm. And I still take it oddly seriously because La Jolla keeps losing to Bishops in the championships. And it's so frustrating.
Yeah.
But the intensity, it's only an hour-long game. It's basically physical combat with a little bit of scoring sprinkled in there at the same time. So like, I'd take us in maybe just to help the people that are not big water polo people, just about how intense and crazy some of these competitive top tier matches can get for you guys.
It gets pretty bad. I personally do not receive a lot of that physical contact, thank goodness.
Well, you're having balls shot at you though, so you have plenty of incoming danger.
Yeah, and if anybody gets close to touching me, Brooke is all over them. So Brooke's like, "Don't touch her." Like, that does not end well for you. But I've definitely seen a lot of really bad injuries, like scratches from shoulders to ankles, like with 5 fingers going down the body, just
because they have to check the nails before going in, and still people come out with just bloodied, and it's terrifying. It's absolutely terrifying.
My favorite part of the game
is the blood.
Well, just the aggressiveness of it all.
I think we might need a criminal psychologist on you.
Yeah, exactly.
I like also the visual of just instead of Hulk smash, Brooke smash.
Brooke smash.
Exactly. She doesn't even swim. She just comes in smashing.
Yeah, absolute smash.
So you guys are done with tryouts, I believe. How's the team looking this year?
Good. I'm actually really excited. We have a lot of young ones, just like I did when I was a freshman. We were a very young based team, and we obviously did really well my freshman year. I have a very positive outlook for the years to come, and I think that our focus right now, like the freshman 4 of us, I know Brooke mentioned that, but we've all been on varsity since freshman year. We're very close, and I think we're just looking to be great role models for the kids that are coming up behind us.
You and Brooke with the same BS. And I mean, great. I love it. Build the program and everything, but come on, that you talk about all the competitive nature of this sport and everything like that. And then you get to what do you want to do this season? And you're like, leave a legacy, have fun. No, do you feel like you got a championship team on you this year? Like, are you looking to have a deep run this year?
I mean, we're always looking to have a championship team.
There we go.
The goal. Always.
There we go.
I don't know if we'll get a chance to have a championship team, if we'll have CIF or not, but
we're going to have playoffs. Playoffs are going to happen. Yes.
Okay. Well, then
I don't know if I can definitively say that confirmed on the record, but playoffs are going to happen. Yes.
Okay. Well, then no promises, but we're looking to play the best that we can. So
okay, there we go. I'll take it. That's about as tepid of a championship guarantee as I've ever received. No promises, but I like it. We had talked about before the show that you were also part of the Coronado Carlsbad rain game, but you said you'd had more miserable experiences. I'm curious how you have topped 2 feet of rain in the cold in the middle of February in a poolside. Tell us about some of the other horrendous experiences you've had. Apparently.
Actually, I mean, I feel like the rainy games are kind of my favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. It just kind of feels like a movie. Like, those intense movie scenes where it's just pouring down. It's just like your adrenaline is so high and you can't see anything that it's just like get the ball in the back of the net. And it gets down to the basics of water polo. And it's just so fun. And I remember in San Clemente, I don't know what year this was, but it was pouring. And the JV, we were supporting our JV girls. So we weren't even playing. And it was this intense, they would score back and forth, super close all game. And the JV coach is hiding behind the bench because the wind's blowing the rain right at her. And, feels like it hurts. And so it's just a really intense, fun cheering game. But I mean, I've had a lot of pretty horrible games, or during season, you kind of tend to get sick. It's kind of a thing. Everybody gets sick during season, especially during winter season, flu season, and everybody's just really beat. Our immune systems are down. We're all exhausted.
The guys have it way better playing in September, October, November. And we have one cold game at the end of November. And the girls, it's January, February, March. Sounds like a great time to be poolside. Yeah.
Yeah, no, doing this in spring, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to be warm sometimes
Oh, you probably just
because,
got like little pool floaties out there, and you're like, oh,
oh yeah, I'm getting my tan on, everything. Yeah, it's so much better than being in the winter. Winter was definitely horrible. I remember it would hail on us. We would be practicing and pulling tarps, and there's hail coming down on us, and it's like, why are we in a pool right now? But
do you guys have a pool on campus, but are you still like the victims of scheduling and you have to practice at like 5 a.m., some awful time like that?
well, we always practice we did weights and stuff. So we would always practice in the morning really early, but we do have a conditioning from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. So nothing crazy, but we are kind of all over
Trust
the
me, for high
place.
school athletes, that's pretty crazy. In season, be
Oh,
there 6 a.m. You're not in the normal distribution of the bell curve there. You're on the
oh,
crazy end of the spectrum. It's just you don't even realize
really?
it. Yes.
Oh, well, I mean, since freshman year, we've every other morning we wake up at 6 a.m. and go lift weights before school. So it just seems normal to me.
Yeah.
But our scheduling, we're at Alga and Monroe, and there's like no really there's no pattern to it. So you just got to check the schedule every day. We're all over the place, and we're splitting time pool time with our JV team. So usually those are two separate practices, but we're all together. So more opportunities to become role models for those younger kids who are just playing water polo for the first time.
There you
I
go.
love how you're rolling your eyes at me.
Hey, look, I have never received multiple players from the same team with like the leadership lines drilled into them like you guys are. So
Well, I think it's really important because the people in front of us who that's why the way we are the way we are. LP, Lauren Padilla, and Callie White are players that left last year, have always been great role models for us. And so I think it's really important to pass that down to the younger kids.
deal. Just last question I got for you, water polo wise, as a goalie, I've always just been curious. Soccer goalies, a part of it is just comes down to kind of looking at tendencies of where's his foot going. I got to guess I'm going this way. Water polo goalies, how much time do you have really to think versus just react?
I don't think ever. I mean, I definitely do, but it's a subconscious process at this point. Especially as you get into higher levels, you don't have time to think, you just do. And so that's why practice is so important, because you get your you have your base very good so that when you go into those high pressure situations, you just do what you know you have to do.
So are you like, when somebody's on a fast break swimming at you, are you so trained on what that particular shooter's tendencies are going to be, or do you just know your strengths as a goalie? Because I feel like there still has to be some sort of math that you do on how am I going to stop this? Do I stay in goal? Do I go up? Do I go left? Do I go right?
If I know the person, if it's from Bishops and it's like one of the, Fia or Deming, those good Bishops girls, I obviously know some of their tendencies. So maybe I'll cheat that a little bit, but it's mostly about what I'm good at. And if I know that I can block better right, then I give them a little bit more on the right, so they feel more comfortable shooting there, and then I'm ready to block right, So
Baiting them over there, like,
oh
yes,
yeah,
please,
just a little bit.
open.
Hey,
Psych.
I can't tell you all my secrets. I'm trying to win.
Deal. Fair enough. We will seal it shut that on that, and we will say thank you so much, Ava Ratajczak.
Yep,
Right?
there you
Yes.
go.
Yes. Didn't get her school right. Didn't get much else right. Got the name right twice. Thank
Yep.
you, Ava, for being on with us. Congratulations on Cal Baptist. Congratulations on a spring season. And you got team photos today, so we will let you go get that done and celebrate the start of a great season. Folks, this is just another one of the awesome high school athletes that you absolutely have to check out this year before they go on to big, bright things next year, representing the CIF San Diego section so well. Everyone stay safe and go watch a water polo game soon. We'll talk to you guys